What is going on, guys? Today is an actually really exciting day because I received my package here, which is from JS Alternators. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm super excited to open this box up and see what we have here. Go ahead and try to keep the focus on this while opening with one hand. They actually make alternators custom with the pulley size and such for your car. In my case, they wanted to know things like my idle and RPMs that I max out at. That way they can design their alternator to work appropriately for my car. Can't thank them enough. I didn't have to pay for this. And it's really cool to get to work with small companies like them and just help. I can help they get their name out, and then they also help support the Integra build. Means packaging is all legit. One of these, I'm assuming, has the cables, and one of them has the alternators. We're going to figure out which one's which, because the cables that I have currently are not recommended because the gauge is not big enough to handle the alternator. And this is the alternator. So I want to be very careful with this because this is a very nice alternator that they actually had powder coated for me. We tried to do the best on matching some colors. So getting that to happen properly is a really big deal to be able to match the engine bay well. So let's see what we had here. It's very hard to get a heavy alternator out of a box with one hand. Yes. Oh, I don't want to set the camera down and pull it on and see if it can go. No, it's not. Everything was come with it. All right, so I had to put the camera down to get the alternator out. But this thing has been powder coated to, oh, we made a bunch of pops with this. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way so I'm not popping a bunch of stuff. But this is a really sweet alternator being powder coated for the colors. And we are doing the best we can to get this to match the engine bay design. It is not easy to do a powder coating trying to match with anodized titanium and such. But this will definitely help stand out in the bottom of the engine bay. And I'm going to be able to use the same powder coat color to coordinate the rest of the build here. So you can see it's a gold color. And I'm really excited to actually get this put in. I do need to get the specs of the voltage and such. I don't really know all the voltage things that they are doing with these, but being that these are more powerful alternators, obviously I'm going to need to go check that out. But they have all the connections, everything's good. They even clean off the connections where your mounting is. Let's see here, it's all cleaned. So really nice work, really well put together. I don't see like overspray issues, and quality is really nice. Obviously it's heavy, nice hardware. So I can't wait to actually get this put in and seeing how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and open the next box here. So this will have all of my cabling. And let's get this open here. All right. And in my case, I needed about 14 feet of positive battery cabling because my battery is in the trunk. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. If they're rerun and all, which is no problem at all. But it comes with everything that I need here to make that happen. So you can see this, their cabling is much higher quality than I've seen before. This is crazy, actually. Just get her out. These are my ground cables, and this is like a silicone coated. I mean, look at the flexibility of it too for this gauge. That's really impressive. Not sure what this is really called, but maybe this is something. I think this is actually something specific to what they make or what or sell. I think they call it, yeah, big three wiring. It's 1, 0/0 100% pure copper cable. Really nice quality. And then there's the positive cable that I have to run throughout the whole car. I actually told them to leave one end open. I have a crimper for a second heat shrink it all. Like, it's no problem. So I'm going to be able to run this all the way through the car. And then if it is slightly too long, then I can just make that change towards the rear of the car while it's in the car. And of course, they sent some JS Alternator stickers and also a shirt. So that's really sweet. But huge props to JS Alternators. I'm going to talk about the cabling alone. Like, I know the alternator, I know their alternators are awesome. I've seen other builds with their alternators, and I knew that was pretty top notch quality. But this cabling is really sweet. I can't believe it's how flexible it is. I even have a thinner gauge cabling that I paid a very good price for, and this is more flexible than that thinner gauge cabling. And it seems like it's because of this coating that's on the outside. It's almost like a rubber, so it's very flexible. And huge props. So definitely, if you've got their alternator, order their cabling with it, because I can almost guarantee you that this is going to be much higher quality than what you have in your car. They're big into this in the sound system world. People are running their alternators because of how much power that they put out. And now they're actually looking into building for more of the racing world. So that's why they're working with me on this build. But huge shout out to JS Alternators. Thank you so much for working with me on this. And I'm going to put another video up when I'm actually getting this into the car and seeing how the pulley size may be slightly different. And I know with my manual tensioner, belt tensioner, I can adjust with making it with the belt length and making sure that it works. So guys, stay tuned, and I'll be back with getting the alternator installed.